unlike the dry and brittle stalk that have been adding fuel to the flames, these stalks are nice and green. That's because they're grown later in the year. Even if you have working smoke detectors, that you should still have an evacuation plan. For the victim in this fire, the detector wasn't enough. To write in cursive or to not write in cursive? Well, the answer is not. Due to developments in technology, some Indiana schools have decided to delete cursive from their curriculums. Now, as long as supplies last, you can still get your vaccinations. However, if you didn't make it to this clinic, you can make it to the one at Lafayette Square Mall next week. The family came to IMPD to file a missing persons report on multiple occasions. However, they say police wouldn't do it because the woman had warrants for traffic violations. So they took matters into their own hands and started handing out these flyers. Thanks to that neighbor's good ears and quick actions, 2 teenage boys will walk out of that hospital alive. In school, teachers teach reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Cursive's not as easy as it looks.
Now, a new mantra may be forthcoming: reading, typing, and arithmetic.
Well, I like the fact that you get to do more loops. I like loops better.
Loops may be fun to draw, however,
I don't really like it that you have to get the letters right or else people don't know what you're writing.
To write in cursive or to not write in cursive? Well, the answer is not. Due to developments in technology, some Indiana schools have decided to delete cursive from their curriculums. The Indiana Department of Education press secretary says the change was made to level the academic playing field and make academic comparisons between states more clear.
Within the Common Core state standards, though, there's no requirement for cursive writing. That transition is being made into teaching keyboarding skills for students.
Still, all kids aren't bidding farewell to the loops and squiggly lines.
I don't think it's a good thing because then you have to learn cursive to write checks and your signature and stuff like that.
He says the best way to learn is in school.
If schools still feel like this is a valuable part of their instruction, they still can teach cursive writing, and that's something that they have the choice to do.
So, the choice to write in cursive will be decided at the local level. Katiera Winfrey, 24-Hour News 8. The scent of death led police to the trash can holding the remains of Latrice Peyton. The trash can sat right behind the house she shared with roommates, including Joe Coleman, the man who confessed to killing her. The next day, we went back to the neighborhood, and someone was home. James, Peyton's roommate, didn't want to show his face, but he spoke to one of our reporters.
I really, wish I could have seen more, heard more.
Then, all of a sudden, the family showed up and James came out.
I had nothing to do with any of this. You keep saying, I don't know, just James, like I told them.
But this, Joe told me he didn't have nothing to do with it. But now Joe confessing to killing my sister? So why?
The family came to IMPD to file a missing persons report on multiple occasions. However, they say police wouldn't do it because the woman had warrants for traffic violations. So they took matters into their own hands and started handing out these flyers.
I told everybody down there my sister was missing. Nobody would listen to me. Nobody.
The victim's partner last saw Peyton on September 26th.
James was in this house.
Well, when I left her, you was here with her. You did not go to work that day.
The sister thinks there's more to the story.
Every time I came over here, they told me they didn't know nothing but my sister behind the house.
Meantime, the investigation continues. Katiera Winfrey, 24-Hour News 8.
Lauren!
That's the call of a mother searching for her daughter, missing Indiana University student Lauren Spierer. Since Lauren's June 3rd disappearance, thousands have donated their time to finding Lauren. Tomorrow, daily general public searches are done.
We know that there's a time for the search to turn towards more specific information, and that time seems to have come.
Despite police putting a halt to mass volunteer search parties, Lauren's parents, Robert and Charlene Spierer, are thankful.
We're just so full of gratitude for the people of this community and family and friends from all over the country who have come here to help with the searches.
The gratitude and appreciation for those volunteers and love for a daughter keep the Spieers focused.
So I'm just, I think good thoughts about Lauren, and I miss her, and I'm just determined to reconnect with her.
I can't think about anything else besides finding Lauren.
After tomorrow, police will serve as the central Find Lauren search party. Katiera Winfrey, 24-Hour News 8.
It has to be the worst nightmare to lose a child. It has to be.
This ice is symbolic of the friendship between 3 teenage boys and their families' hearts. Broken. Last night, 15-year-olds Josh Corey, Dylan Gotze, and 16-year-old Derek Lodestein took a walk on an icy lake.
Don't go on that lake. It's not froze. This is exactly what I told them, and I don't remember who got the brainstorm to do this, to check out the lake.
Jerry Corey, Josh's grandma, was right. The ice cracked and the boys fell in. After hearing the boys' yells for help, Bob Snow, who lives near the lake, went to help. Officials say he used this boat to save the 2 15-year-olds. When emergency crews arrived, Lodestein was holding onto the side of the boat but lost his grip and fell under the water. Corey and Gotze were taken to Columbus Regional Hospital's emergency room.
I called Derek, Dylan, and Joshua, my 3 musketeers.
Crews searched for Lodestein for about 2 hours. He didn't make it.
Down to 2 musketeers now.
Thanks to that neighbor's good ears and quick actions, 2 teenage boys will walk out of that hospital alive. I went to Snow's home. No one came to the door. However, Grandma Corey says that she can't thank Snow enough.
I hugged him. I kissed him. And I just kept repeating, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Katiera Winfrey, 24-Hour News 8. It happens again. Hundreds of people lined up Saturday to get stuck in the arm.
The line was all the way around 3 sides of the building when we got here.
This is the second free clinic for students to get the newly implemented required shots for school. The Marion County Health Department says now is the time to get those shots because
we're going to be running out of vaccine very shortly. We've already put in a request to get more vaccine through the State Department of Health and from the federal government.
Denise Farrell went to the first clinic, but when she got there,
they were out of the varicella, so we had to come back and get another one.
Now, as long as supplies last, you can still get your vaccinations. However, if you didn't make it to this clinic, you can make it to the one at Lafayette Square Mall next week. But it won't be free. Next week, each person will be charged $10. That's a price he won't have to pay.
My wife, she said I needed to be here today with my daughter Jenna, so we're here and get it taken care of for school.
Katiera Winfrey, 24-Hour News 8. Today the search continues in southern Indiana for the body of 18-year-old Andrew Compton from Carmel. Injuries have been the big story for the Colts lately, and last night during the taping of the Bill Polian show, the Colts president said if his team can somehow steal a couple of wins during this tough period, help is on the way. China and Germany have already criticized the idea, suggesting it'll drive down the value of the dollar even more and worsen global trade tensions. San Francisco's ban on the free toys some restaurants give with their children's meals may not last long. The Board of Supervisors approved the ban last night. Supporters of the ban specifically target McDonald's. That's our show. I'm Katiera Winfrey, and as always, you can get the latest news when you need it on WishTV.com.